CINEMAX, we keep the class in classic. No commercials, no cuts. CINEMAX. More movies, more choice, more classics.
More movies, more choice, and more classy trash on CINEMAX. George Peppard's Making Love and Enemies in Harold Robbins' The Carpetbaggers. Next.
In October, it's laughs, laughs, laughs with CINEMAX and the wild world of Cinemania.
Oh, we're going to have a good time, I guarantee you.
First, it's off to the beach.
What kind of a host invites you to his house for the weekend and dies on you?
3 days of fun in the sun. Weekend at Bernie's. Then it's back to work.
Your guys and my guys together.
Making cars the American way. For the Japanese.
This is Looney Tunes.
Gung-ho.
I'm not impressed. Not one iota.
Even Clint Eastwood punches in.
My job, track him and snatch him.
This time, he's after the blonde in the pink Cadillac. First, she died.
I didn't die. I was killed.
Now, she's back
Death is like a nightmare.
and looking for revenge. Finally, it's Dark Helmet against
Lone Star.
trying to save the Druish princess.
She doesn't look Jewish.
Spaceballs. 5 far-out films from Cinemania in October on CINEMAX.
Manos de Piedros, huh?
Everybody got that?
Passionate, romantic, furious, tender. It all comes to you from the heart on CINEMAX in October.
After the first kid, she's gonna blow up like a balloon.
If a couple of kids survive their wedding, Italian style,
The real men.
it's just gotta be a sign of true love. Then, the kid's got trouble, and his new master will betray him.
What am I doing?
Karate Kid 3. Next, Culture Clash.
Scared for us, Tony.
You just gotta be careful.
A streetwise Romeo and Juliet stake their lives on love in China Girl. And in the tradition of Gone with the Wind,
How dare you speak to me like that?
Margot Kidder, Louisiana. Next, George Segal and Glenda Jackson. When opposites attract, only one thing makes up for the pain.
We are absolutely fabulous in bed.
Huh?
Lost and Found. Movies straight from the heart to you on CINEMAX in October.
A famous detective, a dapper duke, a maniacal madman, and a simple gardener.
I like to watch TV.
What do these curious characters have in common?
What's the meaning of this?
They all belong to the ridiculous repertoire of a comic genius.
Why didn't you tell the world, eh?
6 sensational classics starring Peter Sellers.
Who are you, anyway?
It's me, Tally Bascom, remember? I am Chief Inspector Jacques Cluzel.
I am Jim Rivers' executive officer.
This man is obviously a psychotic.
I think he's a puffed up, undersized, four-eyed little twit.
Being there. Revenge of the Pink Panther. Dr. Strangelove. Murder by death. The Mouse That Roared. And only 2 can play.
I'll try anything once.
6 all-time greats starring the legendary Peter Sellers. This October on CINEMAX.
And, that's all there is to it, really.
CINEMAX in October. More movies, more choice.
You're such a private man. I would think having a movie made about you while you're still alive must be very difficult for you.
It is. For 3 years, I told him no. I can't handle it, because I knew there were a lot of shadows back there that we were definitely going to bump into, because I always looked straight ahead. I don't want to know about what happened before. When the court made finally convinced me to do it. I said, why do you want to do this, you know? Go get Billy D or somebody.
But the filmmakers didn't want Billy D. They wanted Quincy Jones.
The sort of miraculous thing about Quincy is that no matter how well you know him, you know, he's done so much and is so much that you're continually surprised.
I'm Quincy Jones. Do I look we're facing the air here?
Quincy who?
Whether you're an entertainer or a fan, chances are you've come in contact with one of the lives of Quincy Jones. Throughout a 40-year career of wearing several hats as a musician, arranger, film composer, record producer, husband, father, and friend, Quincy Jones has touched the world of music from bebop to jazz to pop. He is a man who at 57 has had many ups and many downs.
It's like a trauma. To see 57 years go by in an hour and 50 minutes, and see all your pimples and your flaws and your victories and everything all thrown together.
Kids kept telling me that your mother's really messed up, you know, and if she gets out, she's going to kill you guys.
Feel very exposed, very vulnerable, and reflective about a lot of things that I've done in my life, which you can't change.
When I was very little, like probably about 4 or 5 or something, and my mother and I were somewhere waiting for him in a restaurant. And I don't remember it specifically, but I know that, you know, he never showed up.
Boy, what a dog.
He had this genius in him, and it had to happen. It was happening, you know, it was something that had to be. And everything else was second, which wasn't so right to do for us. But that's how it was.
At a tender age, Quincy Jones was befriended by some of the biggest names in the music business. Count Basie was one of the people who proved to be both mentor and friend.
I know how much I love Basie for. I met him at 13 years old, and when he died, it left a big, big hole in me because we were friends a long time. He was my idol, and we worked together, and you know, that's a relationship that you can't ever forget. When somebody that you idolize that much and you have a working relationship and become friends, like Ray Charles, we've been friends 42 years.
Quincy Jones is dedicated to passing the torch and has been very instrumental in helping today's younger artists make it in the music business.
You're not going to be here forever. You know, you've got to at least say, you can stand on my shoulder. You know, you don't have to go through all the same crap that I had to go through.
For a man who has had more careers than even his friends can keep up with, Quincy Jones doesn't mind if people aren't aware of the many lives he's led.
The satisfaction is the journey. That's my satisfaction, is the journey, the process. Is not even the destination, but the process is what I love.
More movies, more choice, and more classy trash on CINEMAX. George Papard's Making Love and Enemies in Harold Robbins' The Carpetbaggers. Next.
Stirring, exposed, hypnotic. October on Vanguard Cinema.
Before you stand the finest group of young men and women ever to assemble in the history of sport.
Witness the triumph of the human spirit as the 5 continents carry on the ancient tradition of competitive sport. Go behind the scenes at the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics for the CINEMAX documentary, 16 Days of Glory.
You say that this voice that you think you're hearing is coming to you from your genital region?
It's a tall tale about a short subject. Griffin Dunn stars in this satire about a man whose privates go public.
You are ruining my life.
The CINEMAX New Wave film, Me and Him.
Lost me?
You drive me to distraction.
The LA Times called it a mix of the commonplace, the sensual, and the magical. This erotic mystery about a young bride and her haunted past. Meg Tilly stars in the CINEMAX import, The Girl in a Swing. Unconventional, thought-provoking. Vanguard Cinema in October on CINEMAX.
Clint Eastwood is good.
Oh, he's good. He's so good he's got to die.
Bernadette Peters is hot.
Obviously a hardened criminal. I can tell by the Cupid bow lips.
Together, they're on the ride of their lives.
Hold on a second.
That's right.
Come on.
Give me a break.
Too much raw dude for you, huh, babe?
Pink Cadillac.
Sometimes a chance meeting
Hey.
can lead to big business.
You and I are in the same business, kid.
Provided one finds the perfect partner.
Man, I never met anybody who did crime for a living.
Very delicate operation. You can work for me, maybe. We learn by doing. When the door opens. Go. Time for you to have a little on-the-job training. Pest control. I'm trying to teach you something. I'm giving you an exclusive education.
Hey, good doggy. What about all the money in the keister? What are you doing? What about the dog?
Moderation at all times.
$4,500.
I heard you bought a car. Possessions weigh you down. Get rid of it.
No.
You might as well wear a sign around your neck. I am a thief. I told you to set on your money.
Well, what good is having all that money if you can't spend it, huh?
Get some discipline. Otherwise, we're through.
Burt Reynolds and Casey Shumasco star in a Bill Forsythe film written by John Sayles.
What did you do upstairs?
Short sheeted the beds.
Breaking In. Friday on CINEMAX.
A mystery writer.
I'm going through a dry spell.
Get married again. You'll think of crime you never knew existed.
Finds inspiration in court.
They say she killed a guy. Her? How could she kill anybody?
And he hatches a plan.
Well, I can give you an alibi. While you're alive, there's always a chance you could rescind your phony alibi. Her freedom would be practically guaranteed by your death.
Was this woman to be his lover?
Or murderer? Tom Selleck, Paulina Poliskova, Her Alibi.